Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, it's going to be another one of our free money making videos to give you guys some ideas of different money makers to do in RuneScape free. But before we get started, if you guys are enjoying the videos, please make sure to hit that subscription button. Please like the video and drop me any comments of stuff you want to see, whether it's guides or any kind of videos. I'm always here to try and help you guys out in terms of content. Without further ado though, let's go and get started. We're going to go and jump over to the city of to the ritual site. Now this is going to be to do a necromancy ritual, and the one we're doing today is going to be the Manifest Ectoplasm. Now, Ectoplasm had a very big crash towards the end of last year. It's starting to recover to a price where this ritual is starting to pay off. Now, admittedly, you do need to get to your buckets of slime, but you can do this with the Mauritania legs, where you can teleport directly to the area, where you can collect the slime. But also, with that Last Wills promo last year, I would expect a lot of people still have some in their banks from looting these rewards. Now this is a really nice ritual to do. You do need level 95 Necromancy to get there, so it is a little bit steep, but it's a ritual which is going to be pretty AFK, a minute and a half to do the full ritual, and you're going to make roughly 6 to 6.5 mil per hour, depending on what price you get for your ectoplasm. Obviously, that's working on the mid price, but with ectoplasm demand slowly creeping up, you can always try and check the margin before doing it and seeing if you can sell it for that little bit more to make a little bit more profit. This is a nice easy one to get started. Again, all necromancy rituals are really pretty AFK, they're nice and chill. And this is definitely a method I recommend to people who have the level and are looking for something nice and chill just to work their way up in necromancy while they've got something else going on. Now, this is a great thing to do when you're AFK from work, if you're doing schoolwork, or if you're looking to watch something on the side while you want to play the game. Now, with this method, what I would say is do as many of the multiplying glyphs as possible. Obviously, if you're just 95, you don't have the ability to use your cape as a multiplier as well. But try and use the things which you should. The alteration necklace is very, very key. And just getting as many multiplier glyphs as possible to give yourselves the best sort of return in terms of the ectoplasm. You get quite a lot of ectoplasm per ritual. And don't be in a rush to sell it either. Hold on to it. And make sure to put it in the grand exchange to slow sell for the highest price possible. Again, this method will work throughout the year. But whenever there's PVM updates or new boss releases, the necromancy items do generally go up in price. And ectoplasm, especially because they've made the ability to summon the army a bit of a higher cost on ectoplasm, you can expect it to go a little bit higher in price as well, so you should hopefully make a little bit more profit. But there's the ritual pretty much done. Really nice, and necromancy is a very, very underrated method. I didn't have all the boosts there, but I got 154 ectoplasm for that one ritual. So if you're an Iron Man as well, this is a great way to go get ectoplasm to go and do it. And to be fair, to go and get the buckets of slime, I don't think it's that bad if you have the Mauritania diary available and you can teleport directly to the slime pit. Now the next one is going to be a rogue one, but we need to go to the Grand Exchange to go and price check it, because this is going to be a really good one if you're a free to play. This is going to be Smelting Addy Bars. Now we talk about like smelting is a really good money maker, and that's generally because it is. It's something where like if you want some downtime, or if you want to sort of like not pay as much attention to the screen, smelting is a very, very good option for you guys to do, and we're going to focus on adamant bars. Now, to do an adamant bar, you're going to need level 40 smithing, but there are some benefits between 40 and 50 where you can go and get extra bars and also make them quicker as well. They're always worthwhile getting before starting to smith a bar. But at the minute, Addy bar in terms of its price is pretty decent. 3.8k is very, very good in terms of its sell price, and you'll be able to hopefully get the ore prices for a little bit cheaper, so you're going to make some more profit. But just before we get started, those levels which I would say to start doing the Addy bars is going to be level 47 for the extra chance, and then 48 for the ability to go 10% faster as well. So 48 is probably the best level to do adamant, but with adamant as well, mithril would work the same, steel, same sort of process, but just check like GP and stuff as well. But what we want to do as well is just check the price of the ore. So to make an adamant bar, you need some adamite ore and as well as some lumite ore as well. So lumite is basically essentially the RuneScape free coal for the free to play bars now as well. So 1.6k for that, and then lumite is going to be 1.5. So really, we're going to make profit just by smelting the bar itself. So if we look at the Grand Exchange history here, 3.2k, and you can sell it for 3.8, so you're making 600 GP profit per bar. And then if you have the level to create extra bars, it just means that's going to be more and more profit. But currently, at its current price, the profit you're going to make from doing adamant bars can be upwards of about 4.5 mil per hour, which again is incredibly solid. And then finally, the other one to finish the video off is going to be another kind of smelting one as well. It's going to be cannonballs. Now cannonballs have had a massive update over the past couple of months. I'll put the video in the corner of the video if you guys want to check it out. Basically, there's an ability to use a double cannon mold. And cannonballs do have a place in the game. Like, people will still buy cannonballs. As you can see here, they're selling over the mid price, which is really, really nice. Now, rather than making just 4 cannonballs, the double cannon mold, which you do need to go and feed from the dwarven mines, and does allow you to make 8 cannonballs at a time, you still need to use 1 bar every 4. So you're going to be using 2 bars rather than 1. But it does mean that you're increasing your cannonball output by double. And it does stack on top of the Mauritanian legs if you smith cannonballs in Mauritania. Now, the price of a steel bar as well is also quite low, really. Considering like cannonballs at the mid price is still like 800 GP each, you're going to roughly pay 1.8k for a steel bar, which then means that like you can pay this off so quickly by doing cannonballs. 2 cannonballs is going to pay off a steel bar, so essentially you're doubling your money. Now, as I mentioned before, if you have the ability to use the Mauritania legs, you can smith cannonballs twice as quick in Mauritania, and the best place to go and do this is Port Phasmatis, because Port Phasmatis has a furnace, and I think that's the only furnace really in Mauritania to use these legs. Now, you do need to wield the legs while doing it, and you only need access to the medium diaries to be able to do this as well, which is, to be fair, is not too much of a stretch in terms of requirements and stuff. So really nice to get in there. And again, cannonballs, I would say, along with the Addy bars, is a very hard AFK. For rituals, you're only going to get roughly like 2 minutes AFK, whereas with the smelting options, you're going to get the ability to do 60 interactions at a time if you have things like the smelting gauntlets for the bars. And I think cannonballs, you can just have the option to do 60 at a time as well. Once you have the ammo mold, you do need to put it in your tool belt. And then once you've got that, once you click on the cannonballs here, you have the option to do 8 at a time as well. But to do cannonballs, obviously you need dwarf cannon. 35 smithing is going to be a requirement. So it is actually lower requirements than the adamant bars. There is the option to do meteorite cannonballs, but again, I've not really looked at that. But maybe that's something to look at in the future, see if it's worthwhile doing. But here, as you can see, 60 interactions for cannonballs, and you make them incredibly quick. Now, cannonballs are very heavily dependent on what sell price you can get from. As you can see by the video here, we've managed to sell them for higher than the mid price. And that is what I would highly recommend, is to keep checking the price quite consistently and hold that price. If you sell it, you'll make less. So if you can buy it for a price which is slightly higher than mid price, make sure to sell it for that, and then you'll get some more GP from it. But you make cannonballs now incredibly quick. Definitely go and get the cannon mold. You only need something like 72 thieving to go and get the extra cannon mold, which I don't think is too much of a stretch nowadays, especially with how they've changed thieving up. But cannonballs is still a top tier AFK method. It was memed so hard in the old days that it was your soccer mom skilling where people will go and do cannonballs, but cannonballs is solid for a mid-level to go and build the cash stack. I would do this if I was on a mid-level. While I was doing things on the side, watching videos, playing games, studying, whatever it is, you can do something like this on the side because it's such minimal effort to pay attention to. But I think we've had 3 pretty solid methods to go through in this video in terms of not having to pay too much attention, and they're relatively good GP. All the methods in this video have ranged from 4 to 6 mil. The best one was the Manifest Ectoplasm, but that is by far a higher requirement. That is level 95 Necromancy. But again, the other 2, adamant bars is only going to require 48 to get the most from it. And the cannonballs is going to require level 35 smithing, but also 70 thieving. So there are some mid-levels to it, but I don't think it's something too massive either. I think like level 70 thieving and also the medium diaries from Mauritania are quite mid-level requirements anyway. But that's going to wrap another one of these up. Again, I'm just going to try and get as much diversity in terms of money-making methods onto the channel for the next couple of weeks, just to help with any new players which want to join the game through the treasure hunter leaving the game as well. Any suggestions for things you want me to do, content, money makers, guides, drop them in the comment section below, and I'll always make sure to do it. Thank you guys so much for subscribing, liking the videos, commenting as well. It has massively helped me out over the past couple of weeks. But if you are brand new, make sure to hit that subscription button because we're going to continue pushing out the content for you guys as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.